Hi, I'm Mike Cerrone, and you're in the right place if you're here for the Referral Mastermind call. We're about to get started here. Today, we're going to be talking about the system, level 3, and we're going to dig down into the personal touch for doubling your referrals. So let's get started. Let's pull up those slides. Give me a second here. And you should be seeing slides on your screen. Let's do this. There we go. Got full slides. All right, here we go. We got the Referral Mastermind call. Again, if that's what you're here for, you made it. And today is the system, level 3, the personal touch. All right, so what's the big question for today? The big question is, what is level 3? A category, personal touch, plus it with your time plan, and how will it double your referrals? What a mouthful. Well, that's what we're going to be going through today. Now, on the last call, we talked about what is level 2, B category, mass marketing, one-to-many, megaphone style, broadcast, plus it with your cash plan, and how it will bring in more referrals. So that's what we talked about last time. We reviewed objectives, mediums, formats, content, and sources. And we looked at a dozen marketing samples. If you want to see a bunch of marketing samples, that was a great call to check it out. And if you missed it, be sure to watch that last Referral Mastermind call. You can catch that replay. All right. So let's jump in. Again, welcome to the Referral Mastermind call. I'm your host, Mike Cerrone. And the format of this mastermind is simple. At the beginning, I'll be sharing a new idea on referrals or a concept for a few minutes, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A and questions at the end, also some brainstorming. So as we're talking, feel free to type in your questions and your thoughts into the chat and comment section. This is interactive. Questions can be about this topic that we're talking about today, level 3, or anything that relates to real estate agent referrals from your past clients or your sphere of influence. All right, so quick 20 seconds before we start. Here's a quick announcement. This call is being sponsored by the Referral Masters Group inside of eXp Realty. However, we're not going to be talking about the Referral Masters or eXp Realty on this call. If you have questions about Referral Masters or eXp Realty, after this call, go back to the agent who invited you and tell them that you want to learn more. All right, now back to the show. All right, it's time now for the inspirational minute. And as the fans of the show know, we like to start off with a quick story that answers this question: do referral-based real estate practices really work? All right, our inspirational agent of today is Tim Reeder. He closed 103 transactions in 1 year by referral from a list of just 300 PCSOI. If you start doing the math on that, that is a 34% PPP or PCSOI productivity percentage. And if you've been following along, that's pretty extraordinary. I remember that an agent just getting started is probably at 5%. Someone who's a phenomenal at this is at 20%. Most people are trying to shoot for 10%. Tim hit 34% of his list, ending up in a repeat or a referral. Some really good stuff there. And Tim believes that a large database is distracting, expensive, and it often fails. So in Tim's success call, we interviewed him in success calls. He shared his simple referral script that gets results. He shared fresh new ideas for calling your people, and he talked about how he reduced his database from 1,200 people, which was overwhelming, down to just 300 people, which, as you can see from the results, he made the correct selection. You might want to check out his call. Do referral-based practices really work? Yes, they do. Tim is an excellent example. And if you want to hear Tim's full story, you can listen to Success Call podcast number 116. Just go to mastermindagent.com if you want to get a quick reference. Hit the Success Calls button, type in Tim's name or scan down to 116 and you can hear it. You can also hear it out there on your favorite podcasting medium. All right, that's Tim, and that was pretty awesome. All right, let's get into our hot topic. What is level 3, A category, personal touch, plus it with your time plan, and how will it double your referrals? That's the question we want to answer today. So let's go back to our idea of the 3 levels of engagement that we've been working on. Again, we've been talking about this pyramid over here on the right, these ideas of working your way up. They're level 1, 2, and 3. And on this call, we're going to zoom in and talk about that 3rd step, that level 3, all the way at the top in the green. Okay. All right. So what is level 3? Again, it's the personal touch. That's the key word you should be thinking about as we go through this. It's one-on-one communication style. All right. Remember, level 2 was mass communication or broadcasting. This is now one-on-one. Basically, what you're going to do is love on your best referrers or repeaters. All right. Love on them. That was a phrase that I've heard many of the top agents say. It seems strange at the beginning, but now it's really kind of stuck on me, this idea of loving on them. All right. So what's going to happen if you have a system set up properly? It's going to create action prompts for the agent to make sure that these contacts are happening. There's a small time investment by the agent to make sure that this occurs. Remember, though, we're just going to be doing this with our best people. And by doing so, the goal and objective is that you could hit up to 20% of your list sending you a repeat or referral over the course of a year. Pretty spectacular if you think about it. Again, if you have a list of 100 people, that's 20 closings per year coming out of that list. If you have a list of 200 people, it'd be 40 closings per year. Some pretty spectacular ideas, right? And so we hit that, and I see people hitting that when they get up to level 3, and they combine the levels. All right, let's keep going. So level 3 is the personal touch. What are we talking about with A category leads? These are people who have hired or referred you in the past. All right, these are your best people. They've already proven that they believe in you, and they will work with you or tell their friends about you, right? So they are the best people. They are most likely to do it again. They've done it before. They're the most likely to do it again out of your entire group. These are past clients and proven referral ambassadors. We want to treat them very, very well. You should spend a lot of time with them, personal time, because again, they've proven that it's worth it to spend time with them and invest in them. All right, this will be your personal touch one-on-one plan that happens for the special people in your database on level 3 only. So we're talking about your A category leads, and some people create a double A category, but we're not talking about B or C. So what's the difference between A and double A? You may be asking. Let me get you that real quick. A are people who have proven themselves by either doing business with you or sending a referral. Double A categories are people who have done that. They've either done business with you or referred in the last 12 months. Okay. Some people make an even more exclusive group because of the idea of recency. All right. But that's that idea. We'll come back to it later. Let's keep going on level 3 and what's happening here. Think one-to-one, one person to one, personal contact. This is marketing in addition to levels 1, 2, and 3. We're building a system. Level 1, where your C, level 2 is your B, and now level 3 is your A. But remember, the A's are going to get level 1, 2, and 3. It's building on top of one another. You're layering in your marketing. All right, what are the objectives in level 3? Ideally, we're going to have one-to-one personal touch communication. Now, I've heard that multiple times. I hope that's sinking in. It's one-to-one personal touch. You're going to build deeper relationships with your people in this category. You're going to show gratitude, which is very powerful. You're going to show gratitude, sharing, and mutual help. You should be helping them as much as they're helping you. It becomes a reciprocity, right? You're going to show how much you appreciate the faith that they have in your service, that they trusted you enough to send you their friends and family, and they believed in you so much that you would take good care of them and they wouldn't come back on them when something poor happened. They believe something great's going to happen. All right, you want to reward that action. You want to reward the action that they take, and you want to see it happen again. Something you want to have happen again, reward it. So that idea of hiring and referring you, we want to see it happen again. You want to reward it. So you want to promote more repeat and referral in the future. So this is going to come down to a lot of personal delivery, personal delivery. So you're going to give your most valuable asset your time and your attention. I'm sure you've heard the old idea, how do kids spell love? It's the same way as the way past clients spell love, T-I-M-E. Right. So we're going to give our time to these folks. All right, we're going to systematize the process so you don't forget or neglect your highest value people. And we're going to use a predetermined annual marketing plan. That's one of the things that I bump into when I'm talking to agents around the country that are trying to build this up is they're like, well, I've neglected people. I haven't talked to them in a year or 2 or 5 or 10. What do I do now? Well, there's an easy way to reconnect. That'll be on another call. But the idea here is that you want to reach out, touch them, and rebuild that relationship. And for people that are jumping on it quickly, don't let it deteriorate to that. Keep in touch with these folks. All right, you're going to take a small time investment, and that will pay big dividends in repeat and referral for you. Again, the objective here is to hit 20% repeat and referral per year out of your list, which is pretty spectacular. We know quite a few people doing it. All right, level 3 mediums. Examples of marketing mediums that meet this criteria are face-to-face meetings. All right, getting in front of somebody face-to-face. So you can invite them as an example to coffee, breakfast, lunch, dinner, sports event, theater, concerts. They're great ways to get front and center with people. We're going to go through more examples. Phone calls. So you call them up on the phone. That's the next best. If you can't meet them in person, you say, thank you, I appreciate you, how are you? Okay. Pop-bys, where you pop by and just show up at their house, either announced or unannounced, and you deliver a gift. Handwritten notes, very powerful today, especially with all the electronic medium happening and everything being so professionalized. A handwritten note can be very touching and really build up that relationship more. So just thinking of you would be an idea. Congratulations on something good that just happened in their life, or a thank you. Text messages. People use a lot of text. Texts are well read. So you want to send a text message here and there to your people to let them know again that you're thinking about them. And social posts like comments and likes. We'll get into that here in a bit as well. All right, let's go through some examples. We're going to walk through some ideas and some approaches from the top agents. These are ideas from our podcast. If you're looking for ideas, you can see that on Success Calls. That's our top agent podcast where we talk to the top agents in the country, sell 100, 200, 300, 400, 500,000 homes a year. You can also look at one of our newer podcasts called Solo Agent World, where we're talking to solo agents selling 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 homes per year. Pretty cool stuff there as a solo agent. And a lot of these ideas are coming right out of RealG.tv, which is Real Estate Agent Lead Generation Television. If you're a member of that, that's fantastic. Be sure to dive in there. There's over 100 training episodes, and a lot of them, the majority of them, are on this PCSOI work. All right, let's get into a couple more ideas here. So face-to-face meetings, what are we talking about? We're talking about setting a weekly meetup where you're meeting one-on-one with one of these special people in your level 3 group, okay? So you're going to invite your PCSOI to coffee or breakfast or lunch or after work drink. You set up the idea of what works for you. What are you most comfortable with? You want to meet people early in the morning? Want people meet midday, maybe at the end of the day? I would set it so it happens consistently every single week. And now you'll see why that's important. You're going to try to feed that at the beginning of the week. I also recommend you do it at the end of the week, like a Friday, for instance, or maybe a Thursday. And you set that every week at the same day and time in your calendar. It's an appointment that you have. All right. And then on Monday, early in the week, you start calling your PCSOI, reaching out to them. You can call, you can text, you can email, do what's comfortable, but you call out to your PCSOI and you're looking for a date for that Friday meeting, that meetup. So you're going to call until you get a yes. And that may be on the very first call. It may take 5 people to get through. It may take 10. And that's actually good if it takes more than expected for a reason. And the reason is the power is in the invitation. The power, if you don't remember anything else, remember that the power is in the invitation, not the actual event or the meeting in this case. So even those that don't accept really appreciate your offer and the fact that you tried to bring them into your inner circle. That's powerful for them. They may have had a conflict or not been able to do it, whatever reason, but they're like, man, that Sally is awesome. She just invited me out to coffee, and I really appreciate that. All right. So when at the meetup, what do? Well, you talk about the other person. Don't talk about yourself. Talk about the other person, what's happening in their life. Get to know them on a deeper level. Of course, you can share your own stories, but you really want to ask questions. Find out more about what's important to them and how you might be able to help them, by the way. Eventually, most people are going to come around to the question. They're going to say, hey, well, how's real estate doing? Right? It's a very common question, and people are curious. And so at that point, you tell them what's going on. And that's it. It's a friend meeting friend business. You don't have to ask for referrals. You don't have to push the point. You're just trying to move yourself up high in their mind that you are around, you're available, showing your face, the connection. And again, if they ask about real estate now, you can help connect that dot. All right. Now, the result, if you do this, is that over the course of a year, you're going to have 50 reconnection meetings. Isn't that awesome? So just one a week turns into 50 over the course of a year in the actual meetups, but you're going to have hundreds and hundreds of invitations that went out to make that happen. So a lot of people are happy with you because you reached out. So it's an easy way to keep in touch with your PCSOI on this personal level. All right, let's talk about another way to do it. You can do reach out by phone in general. Well, for instance, make it real simple. You call one PCSOI per day, get that done first thing in the morning, and you just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I want to know how you're doing. That's it. That's it. You just want them to hear your voice, reconnect. Okay, so it's a reconnection call. You're going to talk about them, ask them how they're doing in their life, how's their job going, how are their kids, how's the family, are they going on any vacations, how are they dealing with the seasonal changes, etc. And if they bring up real estate, you talk about it. If not, don't. Okay, this is a very easygoing call. And I'm telling you, I've talked to all these top people. This is typically what happens. They don't have these hardcore scripts. Some do, but they're actually the minority. Most are doing something very soft. That's it. That's all you do. You just want to stay top of mind so that when they do come up with a real estate need, you're the first person they think of. You just don't know when that's going to happen. So that's why you want to stay in touch. All right. So note, some agents, and as we mentioned this a minute ago, some agents do ask for referrals on the call. And by the way, most don't. And just do what feels is right for you, whatever is in your comfort level. Either way, it's going to work because of that reconnection. All right. You can also do a phone call with a special purpose, fun reason to call. It makes it super easy. An example would be home anniversary. If this is your past client, what a great call you can do once a year. You just call them up and say, hey, today is your home purchase anniversary. Or if it was on the weekend, you say, hey, it's coming up this weekend, or hey, it was on Saturday, whatever. You're just touching base. It's a great reason to touch base. You bought your home 7 years ago. How's your house doing? That's it. It's a nice, easy, open question. You might find out something very interesting, right? And if nothing else, it's a good reason to call and to reach out. Also, if you get their birthdays, which you should start collecting, it's a fantastic reason to reach out, because who calls you on your birthday? Right? Your mom, maybe your dad, your best friend, people that are important in your life. That's who calls you on your birthday. So be one of those people. So, and it's very simple. You just call them up. Hey, happy birthday. I was thinking of you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. It can be that simple, right? And if they want to open up the conversation, great. If not, that's fine too. You reached out, you touched them, and made them feel good. All right, and in that vein, we've got this idea of a birthday video email. Vicki Westifer sends a birthday greeting in a video email through BombBomb. That's the company she uses for that. There are several companies that do it now, but BombBomb has done it for a long time. You can actually see an example of this in realg.tv, but she sends out a 30-second short video. It's very quick, and basically she looks into the camera. As you can see, by the way, I don't know if you can see this on the right, she actually holds up their name on the first frame, and that's the frozen frame. That really gets people's attention, by the way. It's a pretty sharp and smart idea. And then as the video starts, she says, hey, Johnny, happy birthday. Just hoping, I'm hoping everything's going well for you today. How is Sally and the kids and the dog and the house and whatever you want to throw in there, whatever connection points you have for them. I hope you have a really fantastic day today. I just want to know I was thinking about you. Okay. It's very powerful because, again, who does the birthday call? It's the people that are important in their life. All right, she batches these videos. What she does is she does them all at the beginning of the month in one quick batch. She records 20 personalized messages in about an hour and a half. So she's going through these pretty quick. And then she schedules them in her BombBomb program. You can do it in your email program, whatever. You could schedule them to go out on their birthday, right? To go out early that day. Pretty smart idea. All right. And by the way, how did Vicky do? She closed 67 transactions as a solo agent. Yeah, this stuff works. All right. So here we go. Phone call. You can also do a phone call with a giveaway. So here would be an example. You buy or acquire some tickets to an event, say a sports game, theater, movie, festival, amusement park. You know, be creative. I've heard rodeo. There's a lot of different things you can invite them to. Get a couple tickets. And then you start calling around to your PCSOI, especially this level 3, your A group. That's where you always want to start, and offer 2 free tickets. Say, hey, I got these 2 free tickets. I'm looking for somebody to go for me. Would you be interested? Maybe you can use them for a date night. And you're going to go through your list. And as we talked about, the power is in the invitation, right? The first one who accepts does get it, but you're probably going to have to go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people to get to the one who accepts, which is awesome because now you reached out in a very positive, valuable way to people saying, hey, I've got something. I want to give it to you. And the power of reciprocity is then that they want to give you something back, like a referral or a repeat. Okay. So again, the first one that accepts your offer gets the ticket. You can deliver these in person. You can do it by mail. If you have enough time, or a delivery service, you can have them pick them up at your office, whatever is the best for you. And the goal, though, is to try to see them face to face when you're handing them those tickets, if at all possible, because then again, it's another reconnect, a connection. You're handing them something, then they want to hand you something back. Okay. Plus, it's just the contact. You get to see them face to face. So something to think about. And you want to do it monthly. So you could do it quarterly. You do it monthly. For these giveaways, they're so inexpensive. How much are a couple tickets? $50, $100? Depends on what you're buying, I guess. But it's really inexpensive for the feedback, the positive you're going to get with your A and double A group. And again, you could do it monthly. You could even do it weekly, right? You can incorporate this into your plan. Handwritten cards. A lot of the top agents still use handwritten cards because they know they're rare to get something in the mailbox. People open them up. Who sends you a handwritten card? Your grandma, right? Your mom, someone special in your life is writing that out. And so when they see that card in the mail, they're going to get excited and they're going to open it and they're going to feel a connection to you. So it's a personal note. It's a personal note that you handwrite. Even if your handwriting is poor like mine, it's going to make a connection. You want to tell them that you're thinking of them. It's a personal, private message. You want as much detail connection to them in a specific event or thing about them is more powerful. And if you can, make it a compliment, right? Praise them, admire them. I really like how you blank, like how you treat your kids or how you speak your mind, how you dress for success, how I watched you hold your daughter's hand on the playground as she was trying to walk across that beam, whatever it was, right? There's something that you may have noticed in their life. And these are great, by the way, for after a meetup. You meet with somebody on that Friday, immediately after you're done with it, you should write them a handwritten card. Hey, it was so fun to meet you today. I really enjoyed catching up with you. I hope that everything goes well for you in your surgery, or I don't know, whatever came up. And you send that off to them, or a phone call that you just had with them. You could drop a personal note. Great seeing or talking with you. And you can get ideas from scanning social media, right? So a lot of agents do this. They'll go into social media, and part of their process is that once they see a life-changing event, they're going to write up a quick card, maybe even send out a gift card for something if there's a connection there, and they're going to ship it off. And again, it makes such a great reach out and a touch. It could be graduation, marriage, a new baby on the way. A lot of things happen you'll see on social media. Also, you could do a pop-by, deliver a gift, right? This idea here is an ornament, and it goes out by Steve Cohen. He does this every year. People love it. So you could bring a gift or an item of value and drop it off for your PCSOI. You ring the bell, and the goal is to talk, but if they're not there, you can leave the gift with a note. It's already pre-done, right? So you just drop it off. If there's no answer, you can also call, leave a voicemail if they weren't there. Just looking at tell them to look at the front door, because a lot of people come into their house through their garage. Want to make sure they get that. And again, this idea, many people do it in different forms, but Steve Cohen does it with a free, unique Christmas tree ornament each year. You can learn more about that in realg.tv, but these ornaments are hand painted by an artist he knows, and he brings them by, and you can see what's happening here is people keep them and collect them year after year, and they have a special place to hang them. That's what these pictures are. Pretty powerful stuff. Steve does a great job with his repeating referral. I believe he's doing something over 100 transactions a year. Again, learn from the best. All right. So you also can do social media posts. You can scan the social media, as we mentioned earlier. So your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever your people are on, and you can look for posts by your PCSOI. At that point, you should like, share, comment on their posts so you can create some interaction through that medium. Don't spend a lot of time on this, though. The top agents I'm talking to, they might spend 10 minutes a day, maybe slightly more. And a lot of them, they'll systematize this with a 5-1-1 plan. All right, here's what it is. They're going to go through and they're going to like or thumbs up 5 posts. And then they're going to comment on at least 1 post, right? They're going to make a statement about whatever they saw. And then from that, they're going to get ideas from these posts so they can send that personal handwritten note that we mentioned earlier based on, again, these life events or changes that we noticed there on the social media. So maybe a grandchild lost a tooth. That's a great little thing to send off. You know, hey, I saw that a little Danny lost his tooth, and my little Jessica lost her tooth last week, or whatever. And you make some connection. A job promotion, you could talk about that. A vacation photo, you get the idea. All right, this really adds up. So in just a week, you'll have 25 likes. Those are reach outs to people, 5 comment reach outs, and 5 handwritten cards. We reach out for 10 minutes a day. These really super powerful connections. Remember, these are with your top people who repeat and refer with you, your A category, your level 3. All right, let's open it up for Q&A, some comments, some brainstorming, questions that you may have. So if you have questions, comments, or ideas, let's put them in there in the comments and chat section. Let's mastermind. I want to hear your thoughts. Can you see how this strategy of working your best referral sources can help you double your business? And some of the ways that we've talked about doing that. Tell me your thoughts, again, in the chat or comment. Even if you think I'm wrong, that's okay. I'll listen to that as well. And it can be on any referral issue. Let's open this up. It can be on something we talked about today, or on any referral concept or idea that we've talked about, or anything you want to know about. We'll go ahead and open up that questions. And why we're doing that, why we're waiting for your questions to come in, I'm just going to show you a little snapshot out of the Referral Mastermind. If you're not in there, you need to get in there. Some really awesome, amazing people. Tim Kindom was in there. He's been in the business since 2006. 95% of his business is referral based, and basically the way it comes into him is about 1/3 from his sphere and 1/3 from past clients. So 2/3 of his business, 65%, is coming from repeat and referral. And then he also feeds that by 1/3, also referrals from BNI, right? That's the Business Network International. It's basically a referral group. And he basically said, hey, for me, BNI has been the foundation of which everything else has grown. So he started with that networking group and built out his PCSOI. I realized early on that I never really felt comfortable asking my friends and family for business. So if that's you, here's some ideas. Here is an idea. But I could ask other professionals. I could talk to other professionals and ask them for referrals. I could also work to help their businesses. So it's the reciprocity idea, and it's been a great fit for me and such a wonderful way to do business. Yay, referrals. Thank you, Tim, for sharing that great idea. All right, let's go back up into our Q&A. If you have questions, thoughts, comments, and you want to share, go ahead and put them in that comment section. We're about to go through them. All right, Kim, what do we got?
So first of all, are you sure that BombBomb isn't terrorist software?
So Kim said, hey, is BombBomb terrorist software? That's pretty funny. So, all right, what else?
Okay, so Tony wanted to know, Mike, can BombBomb be sent through other mediums or just email?
So Tony asked, can BombBomb be sent through other mediums or just email? And there's a couple ways for me to think about that question. So let me tell you, I don't know specifically the answer that I think you're asking, but I'll tell you what I know. I know it does work through email. I'm not sure if it works through text or other things. I think that's what you're asking. But when you were saying that, I was also wondering if you were asking if it was going through other programs. For instance, I work with KV Core, I have access through that through EXP, but you may have access through KV Core or something similar at your brokerage. And I know that BombBomb is an attachment that works in and through the CRM. So you can use that for scheduling and for documenting and setting it up through there. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Great question.
Okay, one more question. What is the best way to start to acquire birthdays from your PCSOI? Because a lot of people don't have people's birthdays. What's the best way to get that?
Great. So good question came in, and that is, how do you find out somebody's birthday? How do you find out somebody's birthday? When you first think about it, you're like, oh man, that does sound tough. Well, let's walk through a quick list, right? First, you can ask them. You can call up and ask them, hey, I'm just putting together, I'm updating my database. I was wondering, when is your birthday? You don't have to tell me the year, just the day and the month, because I just want to make sure that's a special day for you. So you can do that. The other thing you can do is you can gather this information when you do your closings, right? When you're doing closings and setting up for closings, a lot of information is being exchanged, and title companies typically are gathering it. Your mortgage company probably, well, they definitely have it as well. You may be able to ask the title company, mortgage company for it, or just your client. It may be in your checklist. Hey, what's your birthday? And so you're gathering that way. I'll tell you, Vicki Westford, we just mentioned earlier, we talked to Vicki a little bit ago, and she did a phenomenal job. One of the things she does is at the very beginning, when she starts to work with a client, she sends out a one-page document called a client profile. And she actually does it electronically through Google Forms. And she asks a series of questions of the new client. And one of them is, what's your birthday? And what is your spouse's birthday? And what are your kids' birthdays? And then she does a lot of special things for them, like she sends out a special gift on the kid's birthday. Very powerful idea there. Boom, big bonus there. She says that gets great feedback for her. So those are some of the ways you can do it. Here's one other way that I thought that I've heard of that is really good, and that is this. I think this comes from Lee Brown, but I can't remember who told me it. And I think I've heard it a couple of times. But here's the basic premise: you don't know the birthday, so make an assumption. Make an assumption. It's the beginning. You don't. If you have 10 people that you don't know what their birthday is on the 1st of the next month, you call them up, send them an email. You make a connection where you say, "Hey, happy birthday!" And if they say, "Today's not my birthday," you had a 1 in 365 chance. But they say, "Today's not my birthday." I say, "Oh, I didn't know what your birthday was. I assumed maybe it was today." Well, what is your birthday? It's a great conversation starter. And you typically do get the information. Just remember, for someone who's older, you might just say, "Hey, you don't have to tell me the year. I'm just looking for the month and the day." All right, good. Any other questions?
No, that's it today.
All right, so that was the questions for today. That was good stuff. Thank you for inputting and giving us your thoughts there, everyone. And so what else do we got here for you? All right, so invite a friend. If you have an agent friend that could benefit from these calls, be sure to tell them about the Referral Mastermind calls and ask them to join our group. The way to do that is to invite them and tell them to go to referralmastermindcall.com. Just go over to referralmastermindcall.com. And when you do that, it'll ask you, I think, for your name and your email address. And basically, you get a sign up there. You're going to be notified when we have these calls, so you're in the know. You'll be one of the first ones to know. And also, it directs you right into the mastermind so you can participate with these super sharp people. I think we have over 400 people that have signed up for the mastermind calls. Pretty cool stuff. So what else do we got? Well, that was a lot of fun. I hope you'll join us for our next mastermind call, which will be next Friday, same time, same place, when we go over another concept for doubling your referral closings. And if you have additional questions about our program sponsor, the Referral Masters Group inside of eXp Realty, go back to the agent who invited you to this call, and they're going to be happy to answer your questions. In the meantime, if you want to talk to me one-on-one about setting up or improving your referral program, you can schedule a Zoom call with me at freemastermindcall.com. That's freemastermindcall.com. Write that down, and we'll get together. All right. This has been a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you joining with us today. Keep moving forward. Bye.